Hi everyone, I am back with another video. This one is to show you the Stampin' Up! Color swatch book that I made. It probably took 2 days to do this. I had to cut all the cardstock and get all of the stamping done. I stamped everything so it would dry, so I was just kind of laying it out, letting it dry, and then doing like the next set, whatever. So, took a couple of days. Just because, you know, life interruptions. But this is it. I just put it on a ring binder. I don't know how big this ring binder is. This is a 2-inch binder ring binder, whatever you want to call it. So, it was the easiest thing. I did have a book that I made a long time ago, and I was keeping track of the Stampin' Up! Colors in an actual book that I made, which is this one, but it just, having to keep adding to it wasn't the problem. Like, my in colors stopped at the 2016-2018. It was when they revamped all of the color families, and I was just like, I'm not redoing this entire thing, so I'm setting it aside or whatever. And I decided to make a little swatch thing instead. So this is all of the Stampin' Up! Colors that I own, which is the entire collection for all the color families, including all the new colors that came out last year. And my in colors, I still have separated into my 5 in colors per year, and mine actually start in 2012. So I've got from 2012 up to last year's colors. I do not have the brand new ones that just came out when the catalog launched in June. So those are the only ones I am missing. So what I did is I took a piece of cardstock of every single color of ink minus the in colors for the 2012 through 2014. And the reason I didn't do that in color collection is because I don't use them a whole lot. I don't have a lot of coordinating things to go with them since they are so old. And I only have refills for 3 of the colors. So, yeah, that's kind of a bummer. There was some pretty colors in that collection. So my in colors start with the 2013 through 15. So this whole section here in the back is all in colors. These are the rest of the colors. Now, I did not separate mine into subtles, brights, neutrals, and regals. I kind of did like a rainbow order because for me it just made more sense. If they keep changing things around, then like it's too confusing. So I decided I wasn't doing that. Now I know that some of the in colors they have brought back and put into the color families. That doesn't matter to me. So if you're super picky about that, you'll want to look through your brand new catalog. I do not have catalogs on hand to send to anyone, but if you are interested, I will send the PDF so you can look online. That's got all of the updated colors and updated color family colors in there, so you can get a list and do it however you want. Like I said, I have all of mine back here in just rainbow order basically. So it's a 3x3 piece of cardstock, and then I cut some Whisper white cardstock down, and that measurement was determined by what stamp I was using. So this is 1.5 by 2 3/4 for my Whisper white piece, and I used, might not be able to see it too well since that's, there you go. This is an old retired set called Cycle Celebration. It's super cute. If you guys have this one, I love it. I still use it. I use all of my stamps, and I have a lot of retired ones. So it's this set here. Being retired, we do not have this whatsoever. So the only way to get a hold of something like this is to go on eBay or something and see if someone's selling an old set or whatever. So I chose the little soda bottle because it's just super cute. So that's how I determined what color, or not what color, what size my white piece of cardstock was going to be for all of my stamping. And then I cut the 3x3 around that. I just wrote with a black pen each color on each little piece here. So there's the Petal Pink, Blushing Bride, Melon Mambo. There's the Rose Red. So I'm not going to flip through every single one of them, but so yeah, this Poppy Parade is kind of an orangey red, which at first I was like, I don't think so, but after you stamp it and you let it dry, like the true color comes out, and I'm really, really liking this Poppy Parade thing. So yeah, super easy. 3x3 pieces of cardstock for that stamp set. If you're going to use a different stamp for yours, if you want to make one, you'll need to determine the size of your cardstock according to that. Then I didn't want to put these in a book because these are such bigger pieces. And I just punched holes up in the corner and just stuck a binder ring through it. So it's super simple. Like you can actually hang this on a hook or whatever. I'm going to figure out where to put it, but I want to keep it accessible because I do have a lot of other papers that I use that are not Stampin' Up, like my Mickey and Minnie series. I use different designer papers for that series, and I try to match with the Stampin' Up cardstock because it is stronger cardstock. So I try to incorporate that if I'm going to do it as like a card base or something. So I do have a lot of other paper collections that I use, and it's nice to have something to actually match it with. And then this shows me that the ink colors really do coordinate with our paper. So if you ever had any doubts about the coordinating factors of Stampin' Up, this is the soft seafoam. This is a newer color. I mean, they absolutely are. And it doesn't look like it at first when you're stamping because it's wet. So after it dries, and it just takes a few seconds or a few minutes to dry depending on what you're stamping on, and it absolutely is the color of the cardstock. I mean, there might be a slight variation. This is the Night of Navy. It's a very deep blue. I love this one. This Highland Heather is a newer color as well, and so is the Gorgeous Grape, which is a really, really nice purple. I love this one. This is actually like purple. So it's great. These, I mean, there's lots of great colors in Stampin' Up, and there's so many different shades of pinks and reds and everything. Like, it's just, it's fun. And who doesn't like a little bit of rainbow colors? Like, it's just cool. So back here we have the in colors, and they're no different than the other ones. Like I mentioned earlier, Stampin' Up has taken some of the in colors, brought them back, and put them into the other color families. Like Mossy Meadow is over in the neutrals collection now, but I kept it with my in colors. It just made more sense for me. But like I said, you guys can do what you want with it. Now in the book, when I did this book, when I did my little swatches in here, I had so here's the little piece of cardstock. Here's the Whisper White. This is the stamped image, and then I stamped the image on a piece of the colored cardstock, so it was a tone-on-tone stamping, and then I punched it out. I didn't do that this time because I have never stamped a tone-on-tone. Never. Like, I did it as a sample in case I wanted to, and I've had that book for a couple of years, and I've still never stamped a tone-on-tone. So for me, it wasn't useful. If I find out that I want to do it later, I can always stamp on the back of this cardstock with a stamp. So, or I can do something small over on this side since I do have plenty of room to do something with. So For me, it wasn't a big deal, but that's an idea for you guys. If you do tone-on-tone stamping, then it might work for the way that you card, make, and do your craft projects with. So, you know, just saying, just throwing it out there. But that's it. That is my quick little walkthrough of my little Stampin' Up! Swatch color ring, I guess you could call it. Links are in the description, even for my Stampin' Up! Website, if you guys want to go check some stuff out. And my Facebook, my Instagram. I post a lot on Instagram. So, yeah, go check them all out, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!